Sweet Lord, do we have some problems. Pokemon needs to get its shit together with PR. I'm a little bit pissed off right now. There is absolutely no reason that Pokemon Home should have taken 6 going on 7 months to put out. Like, I was around for a lot of Pokemon's recent foolishness, alright? Even among the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl issues, I was not this upset. What I am actually upset about, and regardless of any opinions of mine of what the main series has become over the last few years, that is not what has enraged me to the point of making this video, but it's been slowly brewing with every year that they've continued to do some weird ass stuff. It is genuinely anti-consumer at this point. When you have a subscription service that you advertise compatibility for on the announcement day of these games. When Scarlet and Violet was announced, on the Scarlet Violet website, it was advertised that Pokemon Home would be compatible. And we are well over a year from that point. Waiting 6 months to almost 7 months here with no day specified, we'll get into that shit later. You need annual subscription from Nintendo Online and Pokemon Home to do this. You need to have a PR statement about it, and it still took them 6 months to do so. Well, we did get a statement, that's for sure. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this come out of Pokémon Company, and even then, they did not address the primary concerns. They did put out a release date, which was quickly retracted, which I don't think I can remember that happening ever. I really wonder at what point Nintendo is going to pull an intervention. I understand Nintendo doesn't have all the strength and power over Game Freak. They're independent on this front. But while Nintendo doesn't have complete creative control, I think it's worth checking after the past 5 years of constant issues with these games. It's been very vocal, and at some point when this keeps going on and on and on, it's really making this brand look bad. And combining this with the issues that happened on Scarlet and Violet, people were having issues with the 3 raid events, so much so that they had to be pulled. Iron Leaves and Walking Wake, to my knowledge, were not pulled. Something very weird is going on, and there was also some issue with Niantic that I am not very well versed in. I'm not very well educated on, because Pokemon Go is not really my thing, but I am aware something else happened there recently. So what the hell is going on? They can't do PR. Pokemon having no good PR for any of this stuff is why I am fed up. You need to be transparent with the consumer, especially when it comes to a subscription service. If there are issues with the actual software, you need to say something. If there are issues in your game that are to the point of issues that Scarlet Violet had on launch, you need to actually address that and say what the overall plan is going to be, rather than waiting for a ton more things to hit the fan, such as the incident we had for the tournaments for Japan and Korea, to work a patch. Seriously, this stuff needs to be transparent, even if it's not pretty. We still have all these bugs in this game that are not being addressed in the sense of them being acknowledged. One of which that I could think of is a ton of Pokemon spawning behind walls. That's a pretty big one that is likely never going to get fixed. And this Pokemon Home situation is ridiculous. Let me remind you for the 10th time, this is an annual subscription service. Every month, people are paying for this. I remember with Pokemon Bank, we had nowhere near this kind of trouble. If I remember correctly, X and Y came out in October, and in January, Pokemon Bank launched. Even assuming if players are not holding their subscriptions specifically for this update, you still have to kind of look and be like, it's an annual subscription, it's been like 6 to 7 months, and we don't have any communication about this. That is the problem that is pissing me off. This has been a giant miscommunication storm, and it's becoming more and more frequent of an occurrence with the Pokemon Company to have these weird little miscommunication things. So, rant over. I've said all I have to say.